Hey guys, welcome back to Code with Harshit. In this video, we'll learn object-oriented programming in Python in just 10 minutes. So let's begin. Well, what is OOP? OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming. It's a way to structure your code using classes and objects. In this video, we'll take a look at classes, objects, methods, constructors, and inheritance. So let's begin. So, classes. What is a class in Python? Well, a class is like a blueprint, and an object is the actual thing that is created from this blueprint. Let's go ahead and create a class named person. Inside the class, we'll create a function and we'll name it init. We'll come to what this function really means, but before that, I'll pass two parameters inside this function, name and age. Now, you see, this init function is actually the constructor of the class. The constructor is the first method that is called automatically whenever an object of the class is created. Let's go ahead and assign the values to our object property. So we'll say name equals name and age equals age. Now, how does the constructor know which property here refers to the object that we are creating? For this, the constructor would make use of the self keyword. The self keyword here is used to refer to the object that we are creating, and it's passed inside the function that we have created. Beautiful. So we simply created a constructor inside our person class and assigned the name and the age that we just passed in our constructor. This is also called a parameterized constructor. Now that we have created a constructor for a class, let's go ahead and create an object of it. So we'll simply say p1 equals person and let's pass some values inside it. So we'll simply pass the name and the age. Beautiful. So the p1 variable here now holds an object of our class person. This object has now the name assigned as Harshit and the age is set to 24. Let's now try to print these values and see what we get. So we'll simply say p1.name and we'll say p1.age. Let's save it and let's run our program. As you can see, we get Harshit and 24. Now that we have created a class named person and also we created an object of our class, now let's try to add some more functions inside our class. These functions are also called methods. They basically define what your object can do. So let's create an object inside our class person and name it greet. Now, what would this greet method do? Well, it would simply print a formatted string and it would say, hello, I am, and the name of the object. But the problem is, how do I access the object that's calling this method? We can simply do this by passing the self keyword inside the parameter of the function and then make use of this self keyword. This is how I can access the property of my object. Once I've created the method, it's now time to call it. So let's simply try to say p1.greet. Let's save it and run our program. And as you can see, our method simply prints, hello, I am Harshit. Now that we have seen methods for our classes, it's now time to move on to inheritance. What is inheritance in Python? Well, inheritance lets one class take the properties and behavior of another class. To see this, let's first create a class called animal. Inside our class animal, I'll create a method and call it speak. This method would simply print a string, which would be this animal makes a sound. Beautiful. For my object to access this method, I need to pass the self keyword that we just learned about. After creating this class and the method inside it, I'll create another class and I'll name it cat. Please note that inside this class, I'll pass the first class that we just created, the class animal. This is how you inherit a class inside another class. So our class cat extends the class animal. This means that the class cat can access whatever data members are inside the class animal. So I'll simply create a function and name it speak. I'll pass the self keyword and I'll simply print this cat makes a sound. All right, beautiful. Let's create an object of the class cat, and we'll simply call c.speak. Let's save our program and run it. As you can see, it says this cat makes a sound. Now in our first class, I'll add another method and I'll name it greet. Inside a greet method, I'll simply write a string. This animal says hi. Now to the object that we just created, I'll simply say c.greet. As you can see, we have the function greet accessible for our object. This is because our class cat extends the class animal or inherits it. So every function inside the class animal is accessible by an object of class cat. We save our program and we run it. We see an error. The error is because we didn't pass the self keyword. So we save it and run it again. And as you see, this animal says hi. This is how inheritance works. Inheritance helps us to avoid repeating code and makes our classes more organized. Now that we have seen classes, objects, and inheritance, it's now time to combine everything into one single program and see how it behaves. So to start this, I'll create a class and name it student. Inside our student class, first I'll add the constructor of the class. To do this, we use the init keyword. Inside this, I'll pass the self keyword that we just talked about earlier. Along with that, I'll also pass two more parameters. These will be name and marks. Inside our constructor, I'll assign these values to our object. So we'll simply say self.name equals name and self.marks equals marks. All right. So we added a class student and we have also added the constructor for a class. After this, I'll create another class and I'll name it school. Inside our school class, I'll add a method. The name of the method would be show student. Now inside this show student class, first we'll add the self method and I'll also want to pass the object of my student class. To do this, I'll simply say student. Now once I've added the student object as a parameter, I can simply print the values of the object. So we'll say student.name and also student.marks. Once we have created both of our classes, it's now time to create objects of these and run our program. So first, we'll create an object of the student class. While creating the object, we need to pass the name and the marks of the student for which we want to create the object. So I'll simply say Harshit and 96. So once we've created the object, it's now time to create an object of school. So let's create an object of the class school. This does not need any parameter in the constructor. After I've created the object of class school, it's now time to simply call the show student method. I'll save our program and now let's run it. This gives us an error. Well, what is the error here? Error says argument missing. All right. So we need to pass the object that we just created. So I'll pass the object, save our program, and we run it again. As you can see, we see Harshit 96. We pass the object of the student that we created into an object of a class type school. You see, this is how OOP works. It's powerful when multiple classes interact with each other. Object-oriented programming helps to structure your code in a clean and organized way. Instead of writing random functions everywhere, you can group related data and behavior together. It makes your code easier to maintain, easier to scale, and easier to understand. This is how real software is written. And that's it for this video, guys. If this helped you understand OOP in Python in 10 minutes, Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such fast tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.